Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Draw Something. My name is Andy, and I'll be spending the next couple hours drawing what I feel like drawing. Or actually, no. What the main point of the show is actually to draw whatever you, the viewers, request in the chat. If you're watching, I'm streaming live on Twitch and Facebook tonight. If you're on either of those and you're watching this, just drop. The way the show works is drop a request in the chat, and then you I'm so sorry. Drop a request in the chat, and I will draw it here on my paper. I'll show that in a minute. But to start off, let me go ahead and reveal what tonight's theme is. Tonight's theme is cats. Just cats. I mean, cats are very interesting creatures. They do a lot of funny stuff, a lot of creepy stuff, a lot of sinister stuff. There's a lot to work with, I think, so I'm just going to go ahead and go over to my multi-view here. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start with the first drawing, and I see that D to the second and Pathfinder 0082 are here. Awesome to see you guys. And D to the second, I am gonna get to work on the Never-Ending Soda. I could just do it tonight if we run low on cat requests. But yeah, so might do that tonight. I have been reminding myself about it. All right, Pathfinder 82 requested a Lion-O from Thundercats. So I'll go ahead and put that down. I'm going to start the stream off by doing my own cat drawing here. And I'm going to go with a classic. If you're a cat owner, or even if you're not a cat owner, you know that cats are not big on taking baths. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show a cat that is in the middle of taking a bath and not super happy about that situation he's in. Alright, so let me go ahead and draw the tub. Drawing the cat. Alright. Alright. Just sketching her out here. I want to make sure I got plenty of suds on the cat. Gonna have her with her claws out because she's freaking out here. Oh, and I'm actually gonna have her whiskers drooping too because she's all wet. It'll really add to the look of despair she's showing here. Draw some suds on her whiskers. I'm going to start tracing over what I've sketched out so far. He's almost got kind of like a sudsy afro here. So at least if he's, he's suffering in style. but still suffering, and that's that's no fun, whether it's in style or not. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of give this a ruffled or rough texture to the fur, because he's both wet and just, again, freaking out because he was not planning on taking a bath this evening, but his owner just goes kind of like, nope, you, after rolling in that big mud puddle last night, or this evening, you need to go in the bath. So, you know, like it or not, here he is. Pathfinder 82, good to hear. Alright. So, there we go. Got the cat drawn. I'm going to go ahead and trace over the tub. Let me go ahead and figure out how to draw these little stand things that it's sitting on. Gotta give him kind of like a flowery look to him. Alright, just making sure it's still on the camera. That's been a consistent struggle, is oftentimes I'll move the paper off camera, and that's kind of, you know, not the best, because the whole point is that you should be able to see what I'm drawing here. That's a big part of the show, so I do need to keep it focused. I need to keep the paper on the camera so you can see what I'm drawing. And I think I'm probably getting a little better at it, but it's still. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably still have my hiccups here and there, but hopefully I'll get better at this as I go. Alright, so go ahead and add add a little more detail to the suds here. I got the dripping water. That water dripping sound, endlessly dripping, just adding to his suffering. Oh, this poor cat. And I'm going to go ahead and make him a striped cat. Just for fun. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of bubbles floating out of the tub too. I think that's a nice final touch. Alright, I think that'll probably do it. Yeah, there we go. So that was a request for myself to start the night off. Let's see, it's the 28th. So let me go ahead and bring up the full-size view here. It's a cat taking a bath and not looking too happy about it. And let me go ahead and just add a couple more bubbly lines here. There we go. Alright, so first request of the night from a viewer on Twitch. Pathfinder82 requested Lion-O from Thundercats. So let me go ahead and look that character up, because to be honest, I'm not really a Thundercats watcher. I don't know exactly what he looks like. But if I find a reference pic, I should be able to draw him as he should appear. Alrighty. Pathfinder 82, I'm hoping your video is still caught up. Just give me a shout in the chat if you're currently hearing me right now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start here on Lion-O. So yeah, Thundercats isn't something I'm really well versed in. I mean, the original series I think was from the 80s. I wasn't even born yet. And I think there was a reboot that came out fairly recently. I haven't watched that either. So I'm really don't really have much to say about it. But yeah, this is apparently a character from that show. Pathfinder 82, if you're a Thundercats fan by any means, I assume you probably are since you made this request. Feel free to drop some Thundercats trivia in the chat while you're watching. Everyone else can learn about it, including myself. It'll be a learning experience for all of us. Alright. So I got his face drawn out. We can go ahead and start tracing over that. I have been debating if I should probably just not do any more of this sketching out and then tracing, because it does honestly take a lot more time to do it this way. And the reason I do it is because I like to, I feel like it's easier to erase my mistakes when I haven't traced them over solid yet. But at the same time, I could probably still just draw it in solid, and if I made a mistake, I could erase it and it wouldn't be much trouble. What I do after I when I draw these, I scan them in and colorize them digitally, and at that point I could just erase all the extra pencil markings or erase markings and just clean it all up. So it should still, I could probably just go ahead and start drawing it without the extra tracing part. It'll make the process faster. Alright, so got his head. Alright, so I got his face drawn in. Gonna go ahead and work on getting his body going. I haven't really drawn his body yet. If you're watching on Twitch or Facebook, by all means, drop a cat themed request in the chat. Literally can be anything. If you happen to be a cat owner and you have some funny scenarios you've seen your cat in. Oh, Art Vandoy 1979. Awesome to see you. Let me go ahead and add that to my list. A cat from Persia. Okay. I'll do that. Hey, Jan Blue. Awesome to see you. How are you doing tonight? Okay, let me just figure this out here. I think I might have drawn his arm a little too high up. I want to have him in a pose holding a sword. So I think maybe angling it a little lower will probably be best. That's just my thought process. I'm going to go ahead and draw his sword here. And so I usually have a music track playing in the background, a music playlist playing in the background, and I don't know how to put it on loop, so it just kind of stops when it runs out, and apparently it did that several minutes ago because I'm streaming with no background music. Let me go ahead and fix that. So drawing his sword. The picture I'm using is the reference is the action figure. So he's got the sword with him as a separate accessory that you can lock into his hand. Pretty cool. And wouldn't you know it, I'm tracing again. I said I wasn't going to do that anymore. Force a habit. Got kind of these little fang things here on the ends of the sword hilt. Is that what it's called? A hilt? I swear I should know what that word is. Whatever the handle. I guess it's the handle. Handle. Or maybe it's also called the hilt. I don't really know. Feel free to correct me in the chat if I got it wrong. Okay, so I'm not sure if he ever did this in the cartoon, but I'm gonna go ahead and just feel like because it'll be extra epic, I'm gonna go ahead and do a double do. So I'm gonna have him holding the sword in both hands. I think that'll be pretty cool. Once again, if you're watching, this is a by request show, so if you have a funny cat scenario you want to see me draw, by all means, drop a request in the chat. Whether it's a cat just chasing a ball of yarn, or a cat climbing on the furniture, or getting caught in the sprinkler and yowling because, water. Any of those things, just anything like that, I am happy to draw. Just drop a request in the chat. Right now, though, I'm currently working on this drawing of Lion-O, which I've been kind of, when I do these these existing characters, I usually try to, be really close to what the actual character looks like. I'm playing it a little looser this time, and just keeping the character, just kind of putting a little more of my own spin on it. Pathfinder 82, I'm glad you love it. Ah! Sparta! I mean, probably not Sparta. That's just when I think of a character screaming like that, about to go, doing a battle cry, I'm thinking Sparta! But probably something different in the cartoon. Again, not a Thundercats fan. I don't know what the main setting is called. Pathfinder 82, if you want to fill us in on that. What the main setting of Thundercats is. Oh, Planetary 121. Awesome to see you here, and thank you for the information there. Third Earth. It's funny. There was a book series I read growing up. There was called Pendragon. And it had a setting called Third Earth, and that's just what immediately popped into my head when you said Third Earth. Also, I see Pathfinder 82 has posted the Thundercats battle cry in there. Thunder, 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 Thundercats, ho! Just me. Alright, so it looks like he's got this little emblem here on his belt buckle. Because you're not a true warrior if you don't have an emblem on your belt buckle. Alright, so... fun fact for those who weren't aware, the original Thundercats series from the 80s was produced by Rankin Bass, who are probably better known for producing those stop-motion animated holiday specials like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is Coming to Town and The Year Without a Santa Claus. They also did Frosty the Snowman. And yeah, years later they made Thundercats. Definitely a little more... it's a little different than what they were most famously known for, but it seemed to work out well for them because there's a lot of seems to be a lot of nostalgia for it. I mean, they did do a reboot of it, but yeah, it is just kind of cool to think that it was the same studio that did Rudolph years prior, like 2 decades prior. They were active for quite a while. So there we go. There's a bit of Thundercats trivia I can offer. All right, go ahead and draw his crazy abs here. Let's go ahead and... Alright, so I'm pretty close to done with this guy. Couldn't really decide on his boot design, I guess, because they're both looking kind of different from each other. Let me see here. Alright, so yeah, it should look like that. Alright. I think this is probably good. I guess you should also have like a tail behind him, so go ahead and add that. Alright, I think that'll do it. Let me go ahead and add some what I like to call majesty around his majesty spark around his swords, displaying their total awesomeness. Planetary 121. Lion-O and the rest of the Thundercats fight against the evil Moon most if not every week. Planetary 121, that makes sense. I still seem like most 80s cartoons like that had the same bad guy in every episode. Nothing wrong with that, really. Alright, so I think I got him. Let me just go ahead and finish this off here by including the battle cry. Alright, there we go. Got the battle cry in there for you, Pathfinder 82. Thank you for offering that. And you are welcome, Pathfinder. I'm going to go ahead and just write your name here. I'm going to call this good. I could add more detail, but I'm trying to keep a time limit on my drawing, so I'm not staying on one for way too long. There was one drawing I did a few weeks ago where I spent like 30, at least 30 minutes on it. I don't want to go that long on a single drawing. I mean, I could, I just feel like it would be better to just keep things moving quicker. And look at that, the drawing is off the camera. Let me go ahead and bring up the full-size view. So there we go, Lion-O from Thundercats. He's got the battle cry that was graciously provided by Pathfinder82, who also requested it. He's got his two swords, he's ready to battle, he's got a fierce expression. And he's, of course, got that emblem on his utility belt. That is an absolute sure sign of a true warrior. So, alright, cool. Next up on the request list is Art Vandalay 1979 on Twitch, who wanted to see a Persian cat. So let me go ahead and look up roughly what a Persian cat should look like. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, it kind of reminds me of the, reminds me of a couple of things. There was that cat in the Stuart Little movies that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, Snowbell. Kind of looked like this. I think also the bad guy cat in that Cats and Dogs movie from around the same time. He also looks like that. Alright, so let me go ahead and start on this here. Making sure the paper is on the camera, or in view of the camera, because gotta see what I'm doing here. So I got a Persian cat here. Trying to think of what kind of Persian scenario I can put him in. Although, you know, I can't hear Prince of Persia, or I can't hear Persia without thinking of Prince of Persia. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and make it a Prince of Persia themed drawing. Seems appropriate. So let me go ahead and, let me go ahead and draw the Prince of, I'm going to give him the Prince of Persia outfit. I know for a lot of people growing up in the early 90s, Prince of Persia was a big, probably a pretty good part of their childhood. I didn't grow up with it. It seems like both this and Thundercats were a little before my time. They did make a Prince of Persia game remake later. I think they probably made several editions of it over the years. I just never played them. Alright, so I gave him a turban. Hold on a second. There we go. Alright. Alright, so yeah, tracing over his turban. And I swear, I keep forgetting I'm not supposed to trace anymore. I don't want to trace anymore. I want to make the process faster. So we can go ahead and give him a pretty sweet looking blade. Yeah, and I feel like since he's hunting around a dark temple, gotta have some light. So let me go ahead and give him a torch. Go ahead and have little flicks of flame flying off of it. And meanwhile, he's got a. Let me go ahead and draw his vest here. I guess that's what it is. All right. Oops. Hey to all those currently watching, this is a by request show. If you have a cat related scenario you would like to see me draw here on the paper, let me move said paper up so you can see better, see what I'm doing. If you have a request for a cat related scenario, just a funny cat picture, I know that there is an endless supply of funny cat pictures on the internet with cats getting in all sorts of mischief. So if you want to see me draw a funny cat scenario, just drop a request in the chat. Alright, so looks like I got the cat here pretty much done. Let me go ahead and add some background scenery. Got this giant brick wall here. Hey, DJ Connect, awesome to see you. And thank you. Actually, so both DJ Connect and Pathfinder 82 said they were having issues. Earlier, Pathfinder was waiting for the video to catch up to him, and now DJ Connect's saying he's having some internet connection issues. Unless those are issues he was already having, I'm wondering if maybe my streaming software isn't quite working as well as it should be. I'm not sure. If so, I apologize for any buffering or delays that might occur. Sorry, just fixing something up there. Alright. So yeah, kind of taking inspiration from the classic early 90s computer game with the aesthetic here. DJ Connect, are you a cat owner? Or do you have a friend who has cats? Because if you have any funny cat scenarios in mind, I could if you drop a request, drop a scenario in the chat, I can turn it into a drawing. All right, I think to top it off here on this drawing, I'm gonna go ahead and have a skull. There we go. Yeah, I'm just drawing a pile of bones here to go with the skull. And I think that'll about do it. Let me just go ahead and add some extra background texture here. Art Vandalay, I hope you're liking how this is turning out. I think I'm gonna probably call it good here. Art Vandalay, I guess great minds think alike. Yeah, that was just immediately what came to my mind when I heard Persia was Prince of Persia. Alright, so that is that. That was for Art Vandalay 1979. He wanted to see a Persian cat. And I went with the a cat in the game, Prince of Persia. Looks like I might need to adjust my phone or my camera here because it's getting a little too close up to the paper. You can't really see the whole thing without I can't really see the whole paper without me moving it around. But yeah, you got the temple walls here. He's got a torch. He's got a sword. He's got the remains of some poor cat specimen lying here off to the side. Nothing more to say. Looks pretty good. Thank you, Art Vandalay, for the awesome request. Alright, so I don't have any other requests lined up, so I guess I'll go ahead and do another drawing for myself here. Let me go ahead and do a cat pawing on furniture. That's definitely, I think, a scenario that a lot of pet owners can relate to. So let me go ahead and draw this couch here. And we'll have our feline friend here making some trouble. Give him his whiskers. Already drew his eyes. What I'm going to do here is have the owner looking less than pleased. Alright, let me see here. So yeah, the owner's watching TV. He's got the remote in his hand. I'm just gonna trace over random things that I've already, not necessarily in specific order. And I'm gonna trace over these little circular things on the ends of the couch. Alright, give the guy his hair here. As well as his eyes, which are kind of annoyed looking. For his legs and shoes here. Why is he wearing shoes? Supposed to kick back and relax, guy. No wonder you're so uptight. Alright, once again, to everyone who's watching, if you have a funny cat scenario that you want to see me draw, drop a request in the chat. Alright, so cat's kind of giving this, like, me? What are you looking at? I'm not doing nothing. Alright, I think that'll probably do. I want to add a little more detail to the couch. Let me go ahead and give it a striped texture here. Striped pattern. And there we go. I think that'll do it. This is, I think that'll do it. So we date it and initial it, and I'll go ahead and bring up the full view. Yeah, I got a cat messing around with the couch, and his owner looking none too pleased. That seems like a very cat-like thing to do. Alright. I guess I'll just go ahead and do another funny cat scenario. Again, if you have a funny cat scenario you want me to draw, drop a request in the chat. I know there's lots of crazy shenanigans cats can get into. A certain, one particular site that is definitely famous for numerous funny cat pictures is, of course, the legend cheeseburger.com, which just gave me the inspiration for my next drawing. I'm going to go ahead and draw a cat looking longingly, hungrily at a cheeseburger that just happens to be 50 feet tall ish. Probably not that big, but larger than average for a cheeseburger. Like what? I think Wendy's was able to, and Wendy's sold that cheeseburger that was like 4 patties with cheese on them. It was the quad. I think that was like a by request item. Like you could, on the menu officially they had they only had like the triple is the biggest one you could get, but if you made a special request, they would add a 4th patty and give you the quad. Right here, though, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 patties. Not going to have to eat anything after this. I think this will fill you up for the next 4 days. As well as take a serious detriment on your health, but I won't judge. Alright, so on top of those outrageous 7 patties, layers of patties and cheese, hamburger patties and cheese, gonna add some lettuce. Some tomatoes. Of course, the meat and cheese greatly there's way more burgers and cheese than there is actual vegetation. Alright, go ahead and add some pickles here. And go ahead and also add some cat treats. Let me look that up here. See if there's like a cat treat shape I can use. Yes, okay, so Frisky's party mix has that classic star shape for their cat treats. So we'll go ahead and add some of those in there. Alright. Also, maybe throw on a fish, because cats do like their fish. But they didn't bother to prepare this one in any way. They just kind of stuck a dead fish on the burger. You know, like you do. If you're crazy. Right, there we go. We got a dead fish to top it all off. Add some sesame seeds on there. So several weeks ago on this stream, on this show, I drew a cheeseburger eating a person. That was pretty crazy. In fact, I might have it on the wall behind me here. These are all drawings I have here behind me that I have done over the last 21 weeks. Let me just give a quick look at them here. So yeah, I've got a lot of various colorful requests that viewers have made. Alright, let me get back to the drawing. So yeah, we got this big old burger with some cat treats, and it's topped with a dead fish, so you know, when it's topped with a dead fish, you know they mean business. So now let me go ahead and draw the cat. He's looking very hungrily, very excitedly at this mega burger. It's bigger than he is. He's got his tongue hanging out. Gross. He's just drooling. Also very gross. And he's just, this cat isn't even standing up. He's just completely flattened by awe of this massive burger. And I think that'll do it. We just add some majesty lines here to the burger. Art Vandalay has another request here. How about a cat throwing up something cool? I love that. I'll go ahead and add that to my list. Thank you so much, Art Vandalay. Alright, I think I'm pretty much done here, so let me go ahead and just date and initial it. And I'll go ahead and bring up the larger view. Or myself. Oops. Okay. There we go. So yeah, we got a cat staring hungrily at a burger that is larger than he is, and I'm not sure he'd survive if he ate that whole thing. That is a remarkably large burger. So it got 7 patties on it. It's got a dead fish, just literally a dead fish, not even prepared or gutted or filleted or anything, just a dead fish. I don't know if that's lazy or if it's genius. And you got some little frisky star-shaped cat treats here. So there we go. Alright, so for Art Vandalay, let me go ahead and draw a cat throwing up something cool. Typically, throwing up isn't really what I consider to be a cool thing, but you know, I guess it kind of depends. I mean, if something other than vomit came out, I guess it could actually be pretty cool. If I was to, you know, vomit a tornado, that would really freak me out, but it would also be kind of cool. Alright, so let me go ahead and start drawing the puking cat. Alright, so what do I want to have in puking? Oh, you know what? I just figured it out. Start drawing the, drawing and tracing him out here. I got something in mind. There we go. Alright, so Mr. Cat here really likes yarn balls, as cats often do. I think most cats have a thing for yarn balls. In fact, I can't really think of any cats that don't. But this cat here got a little carried away with his yarn ball obsession, because he may or may not have digested or swallowed several of them. And he started to have a really bad stomach ache, and as a result, we have the scene that is unfolding right here in front of your eyes. Got a cat puking yarn balls. I swear, I mean, you tell them that, you know, you shouldn't eat those, you shouldn't put those in your mouth and swallow them, but these cats just don't listen. So yeah, just adding the yarn details to the yarn balls that are being upchucked out of this cat's probably very relieved digestive tract. His stomach was not looking forward to digesting 6 yarn balls, and now it doesn't have to. Gets the day off. Always nice. I wish I got days off like that. And just kind of draw these motion lines of them bouncing along. There's actually one more yarn ball that's making its way out too. He ate 7 of those things. How do you even fit those in there? That's not a big body. And if his body's only that big, then his stomach's probably, you know, like really tiny. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I mean, no wonder that he's upchucking these all out. Those wouldn't even fit in his stomach for more than 2 seconds. I mean, I'll admit, that's impressive. So, Art Vandalay, what does your cat typically puke out? You say he pukes a lot. What is the most common thing? Is it like, is it yarn balls? Or is it something else? Is it mice? Alright, go ahead and add a, onomatopoeia. I believe that's the word. Ah, cat food. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. Yeah, there we go. So, go ahead and call that good. Fix that here. Art Vandalay 1979 on Twitch. Date it, initial it, and go ahead and bring up the larger view. So yeah, we got a cat here puking yarn balls. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and, since I don't have any requests lined up, I'm going to go ahead and take this drawing one step further. Oh yeah, I have an idea that'll make this a little more interesting. I mean, not that puking yarn balls isn't already kind of fascinating in and of itself, but I have an idea that could make it even better. I think. Maybe I could be totally wrong. This could be totally lame, but hopefully this will end up being, you know, a really funny addition. Alright. Art Vandalay, you got that right. So let me see here. Alright, so I guess I'll just explain what I have in mind here. So, you see the cat puking out these yarn balls. These yarn balls didn't just come out of thin air. They were born into the world by a couple of bigger yarn balls. And one of those bigger yarn balls caught wind that her children had wandered off and may have been eaten by a certain feline, and she wasn't too pleased about that, so she went to go get her revenge and get her children back. So what I'm drawing here is her yanking the cat's tail and releasing all of her children back out into the world. Thank you, Art Vandalay. Alright. So, about done drawing Mrs. Yarnball here. Alright, there we go. So we got a mama yarn ball yanking the cat's tail and unleashing, releasing all of her children. And I think that'll do it. So let me bring up the large view once again to show the new and improved cat puking up yarn balls drawing. And yeah, there we go. Alright, so I don't have any requests left on my list. I could keep going a little while longer. There are some other cat-related drawings I could do. Let's see, I've had cat puking up yarn balls, I've had a cat staring at a huge cheeseburger, I've had a cat messing with furniture. What else can I do here? Let me see here. So, I also had a cat taking a bath. Nothing's really coming to me at the moment. So I could just end the stream here. I've been going for a little over an hour, which is shorter than I often do, but usually do. But, you know, I could end the stream here. Let me see here. I guess in the meantime, I guess for right now, I'll just do a recap of what I've drawn so far tonight. For starters, here, let me bring up the larger view. I started out with drawing a cat in the bathtub, not looking too happy about his situation. And followed that up with a request for Pathfinder 82, Lion-O from Thundercats, and I included his battle cry. He's got two swords and he's holding them high. Then Art Vandalay, 1979, requested I draw a Persian cat, and my mind immediately went to Prince of Persia, so I drew a cat as the Prince of Persia, exploring a dark temple. He's got a sword, he's got a torch, he's standing next to a pile of bones with a cat skull on it. Cat skull on him. And then I drew this one just for myself. It's a cat playing around with the couch fabric, and his owner clearly not looking pleased. And I know there was one more after that. Actually, yeah, there's two more. Here's a cat drooling over a giant 7-patty cheeseburger with a dead fish on top, because why not? And yeah, this thing is larger than he is. His eyes are bigger than his stomach, you could say. And the last one I just did, here's a mama yarn ball puking out, or yanking the cat's tail and causing him to release all of these yarn balls that he had swallowed, her children, so to speak. And yeah, there you go. So, I don't know, I mean, yeah, I don't really have any other ideas for cats. I'll make one last call for anyone who's watching to drop a request for a funny cat scenario in. Should be able to come up with one more. Let me see. You know what? When in doubt, go look on the internet. Alright, so I'm going to just briefly look through a selection of funny cat pictures and just get some inspiration for a funny cat scenario, because I just can't think of anything at the moment. Doesn't seem like I've covered most of the basics. Okay, I have kind of a funny basic one I can go with. Let me see here. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, I just had a better idea. Yeah, let me start drawing this here. So I'm thinking, gonna have a cat dressed up as a dog. And of course, not being too happy about it. And let me go ahead and start my music again. And I also just got another idea here. He's being, there's a lot of those pictures where they, pet shaving pictures where they have a sign they're holding. Because this is clearly some form of punishment, having a cat dress up as a dog. A filthy, scurvy dog. Is that the right application for scurvy? Probably not. Art Vandalay, thank you so much for being here tonight. I'll see you later. Have a great night. Thank you, Art Vandalay. So I see I got still got a few people watching here on Twitch. Don't be shy. Please don't feel afraid to say hi or how you doing. Just conversation's a good thing. I'm trying to keep a running commentary going as I'm doing this. Sometimes I just run out of things to say. Alright, so here's what Mr. Cat here got in trouble for not using the litter box. That's why he's been dressed up as a dog against his will. Hey, Kaiser Soze, awesome to see you. Yes, Bad Cat can definitely happen. Let me add that to my list. Alright, I think to top this off, we'll go ahead and just add to the humiliation, since, you know, it's not bad enough that he's dressed up as a dog, and he has a sign saying what he did wrong that caused him to end up in this situation. I'll go ahead and show a couple of dogs here enjoying the show. Alright, so we got one dog here. Go ahead and draw another one. Alright, so there we go. Got a couple of dogs enjoying Mr. Cat's misery here. Go ahead and bring up the full-size view. There we go. And that's what he gets for not using the litter box. I don't think he'll make that mistake again. Alright, so for Kaiser Soze on Twitch, let me go ahead and get his request going. He requested Batcat. Alright. Let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to drive a little bit larger than that. Whoa, looks like my camera's a bit out of focus. No, okay, it's okay, good. Back to normal now. Alright. Alright. Actually, should probably reposition his paws here. Excuse me. Now I'll go ahead and add his bat wings. This is Bat Cat after all. Go. All right. I think to top it all off, we'll go ahead and have it set. Have this scene set in a grassy field at night. Actually, make that a forest at night. Alright, so there we go. I think that'll do it. That is Batcat for Kaiser Soze on Twitch. Go ahead and date it and initial it. And there we go. The little bat cat. It's got a full moon in the background. It's got a forest in the background. I feel like this needs a few more trees. Let me go ahead and add those. All right. All right. I think that'll do it. There we go. Got Batcat. Standing in the middle of a forest clearing. Full moon in the background. About to go on the hunt. And I think that's going to do it for tonight. Got a pretty good roundup of drawings here. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's pretty good. Alright, well, that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and find a raid target here. Alright, looks like Tom thinks is live. He's always not. He's always a blast to watch. I'll go ahead and just rate him. Well, actually, hold on. I could actually try rating someone else. I'm actually going to go ahead and rate Lady Telia, who's doing prizes and headshots. She's doing a Patreon stream right now. Haven't rated her before. I'm going to go ahead and give her a shot. So let me go ahead and get that raid set up here. Thank you, everyone who came to watch and made requests. I always appreciate it. I will be doing this again next week, same time, 7 p.m. Pacific. And I got nothing more to say. I am going to post the full colorized versions of the drawings I did tonight on my social media accounts over there on to my left there, my Facebook and Instagram accounts. It's Whole Booth Publishers on both. And so yeah, they should look really good. Once again, I got my colorized drawings here on the wall behind me. So these drawings I did tonight will ultimately look like that when I get them colorized. Looking forward to seeing how they look in full color. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say, so I'll go ahead and send you over to Lady Telia. Have a great night, everyone. Take care.